Good afternoon. I'm Don Brennan. Scott Dennis has the day off, and thank you for joining us. And we're going to get right to a situation right now developing involving traffic. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge has been shut down in both directions. This is just coming down the wire now. The Skyway Bridge closed in both directions due to low visibility because of fog. There's no word yet on when the bridge will reopen, but you can stay up to date on our website, mysuncoast.com, and our Facebook page as well. But right now, Sunshine Skyway Bridge closed in both directions due to fog. Now, topping our new news, besides the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, 2 Sarasota residents have been arrested and charged in what one police officer said was the worst living condition they have ever seen. In a deplorable case of child neglect, Amanda Dean and Joseph Dromschauser III, both 34 and living in Sarasota, are charged with 5 counts each of child neglect with great bodily harm. Sarasota police responded to a welfare check on Monday where they found 5 children aged 11 months to 17 years old in an unsuitable living situation. There was human and animal feces on the floor, no running water or working toilets, broken glass, trash, rotting food throughout the house, along with drug paraphernalia and several open prescription pill bottles within reach of the children. Dean and Dromschauser are being held at the Sarasota County Jail currently, with Dromschauser also charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. Now, a disturbing crime involving a Manatee County substitute teacher. Deputies arrested 30-year-old Brad Bellinger. He's being accused of molesting 3 young girls from an elementary school, girls aged 10, 12, and 13. Detectives were told the sexual abuse has gone on for several years, and they add the possibility of more victims not being ruled out. If you know anything at all about this case, you're asked to call Manatee County Crime Stoppers. The investigation obviously ongoing, and any information would be helpful. We'll have more on this story tonight at 5. Now, Sarasota police investigating a shocking case of vandalism as Sift Bakehouse in downtown Sarasota is left with almost $1,000 worth of damage. ABC 7's Bobeth Yates joins us now with more. Bobeth?
Yes, the popular Suncoast Bakery became a crime scene. According to officials, around 7 p.m. last night, someone pulled up to Sift Bakehouse and began shooting what's believed to be BB guns. Now, the large glass window in front of the store was completely destroyed. Sarasota police is still investigating the incident, but so far, very little leads have been come up. Now, the owners say they found out about the vandalism from an email from officers, and she says they told them this crime is pretty common.
The police officer said to me that it is actually more common than what people think, and he thinks that I was targeted on purpose. I'm a single mom. I have 2 kids. Business owners like me build your businesses from scratch, and we make up the woven fabric of downtown Sarasota to make it special. And it's really sad that someone would think that they're entitled enough to come do this to my business.
Now, as a reward, Sift is offering free cakes to anyone for life who gives information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those involved in this vandalism. They're also hosting a window buster sale to raise funds for the repairs. Back to you.
Thank you, Bobeth. And new at noon, an apartment complex in Palmetto has caught the attention of a Florida senator, that being Marco Rubio. Residents living at Bayside Villas in Palmetto have been complaining about living in less than comfortable conditions. We first told you about this story on Monday after reports of bed bugs and racism. According to the Bradenton Herald, Rubio's office contacted County Commissioner Charles Smith's office about the situation. Rubio's team is hoping to learn more about Bayside and help come up with solutions. In the past, Rubio also worked on issues with housing in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Riviera Beach. And now taking a look at the weather for today and tonight. Actually, we're going to see something maybe I haven't seen in a while here. Rain, you say?
A little shower. Well, we've already had a little bit
really?
That has occurred this morning during the earlier morning hours, mostly in inland areas, and we've had it. No, you were working.
It's not raining here.
No, we're going to get a few scattered showers. It's not going to be a big deal. And we have a lot of fog around. We talked about that this morning. Some zero visibility in some places this morning, mostly inland and to our north, but we developed some along the coastline now that's kind of persistent.
And the Skyway Bridge is closed because of it. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge closed in both directions.
It's basically from about central Sarasota northward through Tampa Bay where it's the thickest, and special marine warnings are issued for that. The Skyway Bridge is closed, so it's going to be slow to burn off, I think. As the front moves through, we might get rid of some of it. Here's the Cortez Bridge webcam. Watch as we put it into motion. Started off the day pretty nicely. It was not big trouble with the morning commute. Then boom, in it comes, riding on a southwest wind. That fog is thick at times. Yeah, it's really socked in out there.
Weird seeing it like that.
Isn't it, though? And in advance of a cold front, it's kind of unusual. In advance of a cold front, we got a line of showers that's kind of busting apart as forecast as it sinks south. And we have more in the way of showers to the north of us. All of that has to sink south with the frontal boundary. That produces an onshore wind, and that is a problem for us here on the Suncoast currently as red tide has spread along our area beaches. Mote Marine reporters now showing anywhere from slight to moderate amounts of red tide toxins from about Lido all the way down south through Gasparilla, and the onshore winds is not going to help that situation. We'll have a complete forecast for you for the weekend, which looks pretty nice, actually, starting tomorrow, coming up in just a few, Don.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Red tide. This is John just saying more red tide been popping up around the area, Sarasota beaches as well. According to Florida Fish and Wildlife, 4 water samples collected yesterday contained high concentrations of the harmful algae. Blind Pass Beach, Englewood Beach, and Don Perdo Island are just a few places that red tide is being reported. Reports are also being seen in Charlotte County, where some areas there are dead fish are washing up on shore again. Red tide causing respiratory problems, especially for people with allergies. And Siesta and Lido Key beaches are battling head-to-head in the case of a sand dredging proposal. Hundreds turned out for an informational meeting about the proposal last night, and those who live in Siesta Key are saying Lido needs to get up on out of here when they're looking for sand. Don't be coming here. The city hopes to start dredging in Lido next year, but Siesta residents are threatening a lawsuit to block the project. Engineers insist the dredging will not hurt Siesta, despite concerns from residents.
I can't prove what's going to happen. The problem is neither can the Corps of Engineers, and it does seem really likely that something's going to be different as a result of this project.
Now, the city says they can get permits in just a few weeks to get the wheels in motion, but opponents, as I said, planning to sue to stop this before it even starts. People living on Manasota Key can learn more about a proposed beach renourishment project there. A public workshop will be held this evening at the Tringley Park Recreation Center in Englewood. Consultants will be on hand to answer questions and discuss various future projects on the beach, including cost and funding options. This, the third of 6 public workshops, will be held tonight at 6. And also tonight, a local charity doing some good deeds. The Libertor Fund for Children in the Downtown Merchants Association is holding its annual seasonal celebration at 5 Points Park in Sarasota. There will be a tree lighting, caroling, even selfies with Santa. It starts at 7 o'clock tonight and goes until 9. Organizers are asked to donate an unwrapped gift if you come, but even if you can't attend tonight, you can still bring a gift. You're not off the hook just yet. Just drop the gift off at the Crest Building on Main Street or at 5 Points Park. Now it's lunchtime. It's time to head over to the kitchen and check in with our guest chef today, Chef Samuel Ray from Tsunami Grill in Sarasota. Hey Samuel, what are you making for lunch today?
Hey there. Today we're going to have sweets for lunch. I've got a ginger creme brulee in the making.
Excellent. We'll be back with that and the weather coming up.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today.
What makes America's #1 beach even better? How about seafood and music? Don't miss the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival happening Saturday and Sunday, December 3rd and 4th from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival December 3rd and 4th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Grand Cherokees. Stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Compass for just $15,999. Or save big on a new Jeep Cherokee starting at just $19,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Manasota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at an air temperature that's relatively warm, 75 degrees, although not as warm as it has been in the past few days, in part because of the cloud cover that's around, kind of cutting down on the heating of the day and keeping us from reaching that temperature quite as quickly as we might otherwise do. But I think we'll hit the 80-degree mark today, maybe even a little above 81 or so. Dew point is high. It's 72, and boy, you can feel it feels sticky out there. We can thank our southerly wind, but also the westerly component to the wind, helping to bring that moisture in off Gulf waters, and also setting the stage for that fog that we have, thick in places. Special marine warnings issued because of near zero visibility out here on coastal waters. We've got 81 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Mayaca at 82, Parrish 81, Bradenton comes in at 81 as well. We have 81 degrees, Lakewood Ranch, Northport, Punta Gorda, 77 in Inglewood, 78 in Venice, and Longboat Key comes in at 73, though you can't see anything out there right now because of the thick fog. It's beginning to lift just a little bit, though. Titan radar not showing a whole lot in the way of rain showers around here. We have a few scattered showers down to the south. We also had some chaff in the air yesterday, so some of the Air Force folks were practicing runs and dropped a little chaff, made it look a little worse than it was on radar. But the fact of the matter is we do have some real showers headed our way, and you have a chance of seeing some drizzle or light rain throughout the afternoon. Now, I think as we head into the evening hours, we're going to start to see some clearing. Our winds are going to shift. They're going to shift around to the northwest as this frontal boundary, which has produced the showers and thunderstorms out in Gulf waters mostly, sinks southward. High pressure builds in, the wind shifts out of the northwest, drier air moves in, and it sets the stage for just a beautiful couple of days. I think tomorrow you're going to see a lot more sunshine around, first of all, and second, the rain chance goes away, and third, our dew point values will drop, making it feel pretty comfortable. Now, attached to this cold front is an area of low pressure developing out in Texas, and it attaches to the cold front with a warm front. Well, in a couple of days, that warm front's going to lift north across the state of Florida, and it's going to give us another, I think, afternoon on Sunday where the clouds will start to increase. And maybe on Monday and Tuesday, we'll even work in a little chance of a shower as well. More clouds around, a slight rain chance today, and then dry tomorrow with a little bit more sunshine, lower relative humidity. That's the forecast takes us through the next several days. Most of the country is pretty quiet under the influence of that big ridge of high pressure. But the very southern tip of our state does have the potential, because of the deeper moisture down there, of perhaps an isolated thunderstorm. I think that would occur south of Lake Okeechobee, actually, if we see anything like that. Not necessarily in our area. So watch the RPM computer model. We'll put it into motion. You'll see the scattered showers kind of just fall apart as it sinks south. The energy for this system is located well to the north. So as it sinks south and high pressure builds in, we don't get a whole lot. Now on Sunday, I think we'll start to see a little bit of that cloudiness back from the west begin to move into our picture. There'll be high, thin clouds for the most part. Not real rain producers, I don't think, on Sunday, but Monday and Tuesday, maybe so. Forecast calls for that northwest wind to come a little bit breezy overnight tonight at about 10 to 15. You know, as soon as that fog burns off, it won't be a bad day on the waters. We'll go with about a 20% chance of showers today. More sunshine tomorrow, a little bit less humidity. Nice day Friday and Saturday. Most of Sunday, too. Then it clouds up and we have that rain chance Monday and Tuesday. Don?
Thank you, John. In our health news this afternoon, new studies are showing how a psychedelic medical taboo can actually have some truth to it. The findings show that the drug psilocybin, the chemical found in magic mushrooms, can actually help relieve anxiety and depression in cancer patients. Particular benefits of the drug remain unconfirmed. Experts say the results were small, but it's enough to continue research and testing. Several people have offered to test. Now, speaking of getting baked, it's the time of year for holiday cookies, and when baking them, everybody loves to dig into the raw cookie dough, right? According to the FDA, you're better off keeping your fingers to yourself, because raw dough includes eggs, and anything with raw eggs can have the risk of salmonella. Also, unbaked flour found in cookie dough could be prone to E. coli bacteria contamination, but doctors say not only can raw cookie dough make you sick, it's not full of anything that's good for you. Does that ever matter? Well, it's good to have some nutritional alternative.
These little energy bites that they have, recipes online for that take dates or cashews, coconut, you put it all in your food processor, and then you can roll it in things like cinnamon or cocoa powder. And you get that same nice cookie dough texture, but you have something that has significantly more nutrient value.
If you're going to make cookies, make sure that the dough only goes on the pan, especially if you have little ones helping out, because they're more susceptible and sensitive to foodborne illnesses than grown-ups are. Now, switching over to the arts, the Oslo Theater in Sarasota is throwing on a classic Broadway production. John joins us now, back with a student and a special guest to tell us all about Nicely Nicely, Nathan Detroit, and Guys and Dolls.
Guys and Dolls, indeed. Wonderful show. Kind of a definition of an American classical musical. Guy meets girl, guy loses girl, guy gets girl, and in between lots of great music and dance. And Audrey Cardwell is joining us now as Sergeant Sarah Brown, the mission girl with a heart of gold in Guys and Dolls. She just wins the audience. It's great. You sing fantastically.
Thank you.
It's awesome to hear.
Thank you.
What a great production, first of all. It was really
Thank
lively, really enjoyable. I had a great time watching it. It was great.
Good.
So I got to ask you this. As a young actress in the theater, do you look at this show as a period piece?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I thought
absolutely
you
do.
might.
Yeah, I mean, it's before my time,
Yeah.
before I was born, and you know, the 1950s is such a stylized era, so
Yeah.
we certainly look at it and approach it as a period piece.
But still, to me, I think it absolutely has a message today that, you know, love can change your entire world. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think that's why it's withstood the test of time. It's
Yeah.
because it's a classic love story, and everybody can relate to it in some way. And you know, the struggle to find love, and then once you find it, what do you do when you get it?
Yeah.
You know, there's just so many aspects that are still applicable today for so many people in so many generations.
It's really a show of strong personalities, I think, because
Yes.
if you don't have those personalities, I mean, the situations are a little improbable and implausible at times.
Right.
And it is the power of the personalities that really come through. Did you feel like all of the characters on the stage just kind of propelled you through the show?
Absolutely, and that's the strongest part of the show, is the dichotomy between the characters and, you know, what goes wrong and the struggles that they have with each other and with themselves. And we certainly have a fun time jumping on stage every night and exploring that and just getting to play within those characters and within these somewhat ridiculous situations.
Yeah.
But Josh Rhodes, our director, is so brilliant and really wanted to keep the humanity with those characters as well. And so I think we're doing that. We're exploring a lot of fun, wild sides of these characters, but also they're humans, and you know, it's not
you get
totally
that.
improbable.
Yeah, you totally nail that.
Okay, good.
Fun fact, did you know that this show was going to win a Pulitzer Prize, but didn't because of the McCarthy-era politics?
I did not know that. Look at me, learning things here today.
That's right. This is an educational program.
That. You have all the
Yeah, it's a very interesting story, actually.
did not know
Check
that. I'm
out.
gonna have
Yeah,
to look
great
it up.
writing in this story. Absolutely
Yes,
great writing.
the writing is pretty perfect.
And the music is just next to perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
my gosh.
It's one of those shows
classical.
that you don't know the songs were from that show.
Name some of them, if you would.
Luck Be a Lady.
Right.
I'll Know, If I Were a Bell, Sit Down, You're Rockin' the Boat.
Yeah,
I mean, these were
great.
all, Take
And
Back
the
Your
scene
Mink.
is fantastic, the way you all did that.
It's so
just
fun.
great.
We
Yeah.
have a great time. And I mean, those were all songs that even when I first listened to the score, I was like, oh, these were in Guys and Dolls? I
Yeah,
had no idea.
yeah.
I thought they were just standards,
Classics.
you know, on their own. But yeah, they're all from Guys and Dolls.
Wonderful time in the theater. Go check it out. It plays through
January 2nd.
January 2nd. Get your tickets.
First.
And it is absolutely fantastic. There it is. November 15th through January 1st. And it is a fabulous, fabulous show. Great time. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Certainly. Appreciate it. Come back
Yeah.
anytime.
I will.
We'll be right back.
When caring for my wife alone became too much for me, I called my long-term care insurance company to get help from Granny Nannies. Now the most wonderful nurses help me with her care.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
I'm Alan Cohn. Controlling drones. The FAA is rolling out new rules for the devices, but how hard will it be for local law enforcement to manage?
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Types of timber, cuts of meat, cooking times, temperatures, rubs, seasonings, sauces. You name it, they know it. That's what makes them who they are, Sonny's Pitmasters. And proud of it. Come get some baby back ribs at Sonny's Barbecue. On their own or paired with favorites like jalapeno cheddar hot links or pulled or sliced pork plus 2 sides and bread. Sonny's Barbecue. Local Pitmasters since '68.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Mom needed more care than we could provide, so we called Granny Nannies. She now has around-the-clock caregivers, and we have peace of mind. Thanks to them, she's where she belongs, at home.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Welcome back. Some controversial flyers have been circulating around the campus of the University of Central Florida. Campus police have found and removed at least 30 flyers that were given out by a white supremacist group. A Jewish student group posted pictures of the flyers on their Facebook page, and one showing the drawing of a man holding up his fists with the caption, "White guilt, free yourself from cultural Marxism." Another shows a young man and woman with the text, "We have a right to exist." Both flyers are suspected to be from the white supremacist group American Vanguard. In sports, umpiring, refereeing, officiating of any kind in games, whether it be youth, college, or pro, has become a more thankless job than ever. Hopefully it won't be as thankless as the one in the Russian hockey league. Referee Nikita Tikhonov was wearing a GoPro camera when he assessed a 10-minute penalty during Wednesday night's game. After hearing some complaints, the player took his stick to the head of the referee with the tomahawk chop you see there. Just literally beat his brains out, and maybe not literally, but the shot was right to the head. It was brutal. The ref recovering, getting his bearings back, and another shot to the head is going to be planted right there with the old-fashioned fist this time. And no word on how the ref is doing, but obviously penalties will be coming in abundance there. Thousands of fans crowd an arena in Brazil to celebrate the lives of the soccer team that died in a plane crash earlier this week. Thousands of heartbroken fans gathered to mourn the players, coaches, and staff killed in the crash. Some surviving teammates were there as well. The team was on its way to the finals of the Copa Sudamerica. They were an upstart team who had gathered a national following because they were the underdog, and the underdog making good. A massive funeral is being planned at the stadium in Brazil. And back here in the States, a college student is learning how hard work does in fact pay off. 21-year-old Cameron Clark has been named a Rhodes Scholar. Clark is a student at Howard University in Washington, D.C., and he's the first Rhodes Scholar from Howard in more than 10 years. The Rhodes Scholarship is a prestigious award that provides high-achieving students the opportunity to study 2 or 3 years at Oxford University in England. So Clark, he wants to be a physician, focus on public health, and he wants to, well, bring the title closer to his goal.
It's a
fantastic opportunity. It's immediately opening doors, and it's going to provide for me the opportunity to further my career and help more people.
He joins 32 other scholars across the country, and after he graduates, that's when he's going to pursue his master's, and he'll do that at Oxford University. Now let's wrap up and lunch in the kitchen, where John is joined with our guest chef today, Chef Samuel Ray from Tsunami Grill in Sarasota. John?
Always a pleasure having Sam in the kitchen cooking up something great. Good to have you here, sir.
Good to be back.
And you're cooking up a creme brulee for us today?
Yeah, we're doing dessert today.
Awesome.
So this
Love creme brulee.
It's so good, you can't beat it. This is a ginger creme brulee, so it's a little bit different.
Nice.
Tried to add a little bit of Asian ingredients, you know, to our favorites.
Right.
So first thing you're going to want to do is obviously preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So that's done, and then we're going to heat up 1.25 cups of cream.
Okay. Do you use heavy cream or whipping cream?
Heavy cream. Oh, yeah.
Do you add any condensed cream or anything like that?
No, just regular cream.
Okay.
And
cup and a
then,
half.
Cup and a quarter. Right?
Cup and a quarter.
There we go.
Sorry.
You're
me
good.
to mess you up. I'll be
You're good.
quiet now.
It's on a paper somewhere. It's fine. We've got 3 egg yolks here, so they've been separated from the whites, obviously. We're going to add that into our bowl.
Yummy.
And of course, we've got sugar here, 3 teaspoons. And then this is a fresh minced ginger.
That's a lot of ginger. Using all that?
All that's going
Good
in there,
man.
yeah.
I love ginger. It's good for the digestion,
nice,
too.
Yeah, and it's sweet enough that the spice of the fresh ginger doesn't bother you too much. You know,
I
the
love
sugar
it.
covers it up. And this is vanilla to add a little bit. Just a few drops in there. So we're going to mix this up until you get this creamy sort of feel to it. All the sugar and the egg goes together. And then we get that done, we're going to gradually add the cream.
Okay, well, I'll stir this while you add the cream. You want to do that?
Sounds like a deal.
All right.
So with our cream, the reason we heat it up is so that it sort of sets early, before it goes into the oven.
Now, if you add this too fast, I assume you're going to get scrambled eggs, right?
Exactly.
So you want to go slow.
That's why we're going nice and slow here.
Okay. So what you're basically making here is a custard, is that it?
Yeah,
pretty much?
yeah, basically, yeah. Sugar, egg, cream.
But with ginger, that's so cool.
It's very interesting. So you've got that all mixed up?
All good to go here.
How are you at pouring? You want to try and make it in the dishes?
Let me tell you, I'm excellent at pouring.
Okay.
Right in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you'll just divide it evenly amongst the 3 dishes here.
Oh,
now, the recipe
math.
posted online
I
is
love
made
it.
for 6, but for TV we think 3 is enough.
Okay.
So
there we go.
Awesome.
About right.
Wow, perfect. Then we have a hot water here in a saucepan, not boiling, but hot. This goes around the dishes.
Okay, so we're going to steam bath this baby.
We're going to steam bath it.
All right. And do you have to cover it or anything? Or
No, it goes straight in the oven, uncovered.
All right.
You cook this for about 30 minutes. You want it to be lightly brown on the top.
Okay.
And
help you out here.
I appreciate it. There we go. Lightly browned on the top and not too jiggly in the middle.
Okay.
A little bit of a jiggle is okay, but you don't want...
So what do you do with the toothpick thing? Is that, do you need to do that?
No, I just like to shake it and look
Okay.
at it, and if it seems like it's pretty set, then you're good to go. Almost like a Jell-O.
You zen this thing is what you
zen
do.
this
Okay,
thing,
all
right?
right.
So for the sake of TV, I have a finished one here.
Nice.
All
Okay,
right, so
perfect.
you can see that nice golden brown color there. And it's nice and firm, too. It's not going anywhere. So...
Top it with what? What
let's
have you got
finish.
over here?
This is turbinado sugar.
Okay.
Turbinado sugar is a lot bigger, and it works better for the torching.
Okay,
you know.
got about 15 seconds here, so you're going to torch it. I'll let you fire that thing up, get it
All
torched.
right.
While he's doing that, I'll remind you that you can get this recipe on our website, mysuncoast.com, or you can see the video instructions there and just walk on into Tsunami and Chef Sam will make it for you. And there you go. You kind of crust up the top.
Oh, yeah.
And voila, the finished product over here, over there, through the river and across the woods. And Chef, thank you so much for coming in today. We sure do appreciate that.
Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. That looks delicious. Can't wait to tuck in. We'll be right back.
At ABC7, it's all about being here for you. ABC7 News at 7 with award-winning investigative journalist Alan Cohn. In-depth reporting and debate on important issues and stories in our community with a featured topic of the day and a live roundtable discussion with community leaders and newsmakers. Plus a quick recap of the day's top stories and weather. ABC7 News at 7 weeknights. Now more than ever, we're here for you, Suncoast.
You've seen me roll for 100 G's, but I got a little more than dough riding on this one. They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck, be a lady tonight.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions Now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Well, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. An intense hostage situation is wrapping up not too long ago in Jacksonville. Now, sheriff's deputies there say a robber was holding several people at gunpoint inside the Community First Credit Union this morning. The hostages were eventually freed 2 hours later after the ordeal began, and the suspect now in custody. There was a call to 911 that someone may have been shot, but that has not been confirmed. At the moment, there's no word yet on if anyone was hurt in this altercation. And thank you for joining us now with the national news. After the standoff that lasted hours, the suspect killed a police officer. That was in Tacoma, Washington last night. Now, they've finally been taken down. That suspect, the SWAT team shooting and killing the gunman earlier this morning. He was holed up in a house for 2 hours with children. The gunman shot and killed the officer yesterday while he was responding to a domestic call.
Our sincere condolences go out to the officer's family and friends and of our fallen officer, the Tacoma Police family, the law enforcement community in general, and to the citizens of Tacoma.
Overnight, there was a procession for the fallen officer, and his death is the first one in that area in almost 10 years. The last time an officer was killed in Tacoma was, well, it's almost 20 years now, back in 1997. Here in Florida, Governor Rick Scott working to get those who work in law enforcement more money, and Scott expecting to announce a proposal for a 5% raise for highway patrol officers and wildlife officers, also state law enforcement agents. He says the officers deserve the raise for their hard work and always putting their life on the line. Now this year, especially for their response to the recent hurricanes and Pulse nightclub shootings in Orlando. Scott hasn't decided on whether to recommend pay raises for other state workers. The Florida legislature will consider the pay raise during the regular session next March. In a follow-up this afternoon on the powerful storms across the South as deadly tornadoes that killed several people have moved on, but the damage has been left behind. In Tennessee, people are there picking up the pieces from a series of wildfires as well. ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports.
View from the air showing piles of debris and wood all across this neighborhood, once home to families in Alabama.
We were all holding on to each other, crouched down on the floor. Just, dear God, please let me live through this.
This is all that's left of a daycare, and the town of Rosalie hit hard. So many homes and businesses here leveled. In Mississippi, the aftermath equally devastating, and residents are just beginning to pick up the pieces.
Tornado warning.
The Florida Panhandle also hit with powerful waterspouts off the coast. And in Georgia, strong winds ripped this large chunk of metal off the roof of this recycling center and tossed it a quarter of a mile away. Over in Tennessee, displaced residents are surveying the damage from the wildfires. Everything's gone. The rain helped put out some of the flames, but with smoke still smoldering and the destruction overwhelming. President Obama also reached out to the Tennessee governor, and we are told federal assistance is on the way. This as search and rescue for the people still missing continue today. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Also, Dolly Parton doing her part in helping wildfire victims. The Dollywood Foundation is offering financial assistance to people in Tennessee who lost their homes in the fire. The foundation will be offering $1,000 a month to those families, and Dollywood itself was in danger during those fires. And Dolly is asking all of her companies to contribute to the fund. Anyone who wants to join the effort can contribute on the website. And we may not have smoke, John, but right now we have fog, and fog is shutting down the Sunshine Skyway Bridge in both directions. We'll let you know when it does reopen. We'll keep updated on our website or our Facebook. But right now it's closed in both directions.
Yeah, we've got a picture of it actually from one of the FDOT cams, and pretty impressive fog out there. It's mostly just over the coastal areas from about the mouth of Tampa Bay down through areas of central Sarasota, and it's kind of sticking pretty good over the waters. But, folks who live inland hardly notice it. Take a look now at our Lakewood Ranch webcam. Not a bit of fog out there. In fact, a lot of blue sky to start the day, followed by some fair weather clouds moving in. We will see, I think, from those clouds a drop or two of rain showers this afternoon. You can see those showers kind of trying to work their way a little closer. But I'll tell you what, just as we have been talking about all morning, they are falling apart as they get closer to us. And that's really going to be the case when several little lines of showers, you can see them moving through Big Bend, kind of make it through here through the course of the afternoon. We'll put the rain chance at about 20%, wind it down a little as we head into the evening, maybe get our temperatures up to about 82, probably be a little cooler right along the immediate coast because of that cloudish, and I do mean the immediate coast. And for boaters, just be aware until that fog burns off. There are patches of visibility out there that are close to zero. We'll have the complete forecast for you in just a minute, Don.
Thank you, John. At noon, Obamacare is seeing record enrollment here in Florida. According to numbers from federal health officials, more than 515,000 Floridians have either renewed their coverage or selected a plan through the Affordable Care Act. That's about a quarter of the 2.1 million people who have enrolled in total. Open enrollment started last month. Those who want coverage for the start of the new year should enroll by December 15th. That's 2 weeks away from today. In other political news, President-elect Donald Trump kicking off his thank you tour today. The first states on his list are Indiana and Ohio. Trump struck a deal with Carrier to save jobs in Indiana from going to Mexico. It's the same state that Vice President-elect Mike Pence is still the governor of. He's receiving tough criticism from Washington Democrats, though. And in an interview with CNN's Anderson Cooper, Senator Elizabeth Warren says she wants more details of this deal.
Yeah, jobs are good. The question is, what exactly is the deal? I mean, the first thing you learn when you're talking about deals is let's read all of the details. Let's read the fine print.
Trump's thank you tour comes on the same day that Wisconsin starts its first presidential election recount in 16 years. Trump won Wisconsin by less than a percentage point. The first leg of Trump's thank you tour will end in Cincinnati tonight for a campaign trail style rally. The man who brought us the Big Mac has now passed away. Michael Jim Delegati died at the age of 98 on Monday. He once said, "I would never have dreamed that my creation would turn into a piece of Americana." Jeannie Moose reports on the legacy of this famous burger.
The creator of the Big Mac did not die from a Big Mac attack.
Oh, it's not really that unhealthy.
Big Mac's maker,
Mr. Jim Delegati.
lived to the age of 98. It was nearly 50 years ago that he first served a Big Mac at his McDonald's franchise near Pittsburgh. It was an instant success, went national, immortalized by the jingle.
To all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, and a patty, special sauce.
Where is the special sauce? There's the special sauce. The original Big Mac sold for
49 cents at the time.
Now it's as much as $5 and sold worldwide, though in Paris.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
You know, they say that only 1 out of 5 millennials has even ever tasted a Big Mac. McDonald's didn't lower its flag to half staff, but it did tweet, "Jim, we thank and will forever remember you." Fans posted Big Mac tribute photos. One suggested to honor his legacy, why not return the Big Mac to its former size? It's become so small it's pathetic. Not true, says McDonald's. It's been the same size since inception. Another fan suggested if they cremate him, they should put him in a Big Mac box. I love Big Macs. But even the guy who invented it in 1967 jumbled the jingle.
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onions, pickles on a sesame seed bun.
I always thought it was pickles, onions on a sesame seed
bun. Could be, but I say on a toasted sesame seed bun.
Jim Delegati's family still owns and operates 21 McDonald's in Pennsylvania. For Jim's business, the Big Mac itself was
our own secret sauce.
Genie Most.
Onions, pickles on a sesame seed bun.
Pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
New York.
Now, Delegati spent 2 years coming up with the right combination for the special sauce, by the way. Now, McDonald's sells 900 million Big Macs every year around the world. It's really, really amazing. Special sauce has been compared to Russian dressing. Now, coming up next, it's considered one of the greatest stories ever told, how a local theater troupe is putting their own twist on the Black Nativity. And it's funnel cakes, Ferris wheels, and a whole bunch of fun. How soon can you start buying your tickets for the Florida State Fair? Well, we'll let you know.
Stop by ABC 7 or Sunset Kia in Sarasota, Bradenton, or Venice to pick up an Angel Tree gift tag. It will tell you what a local child or senior citizen is wishing for this holiday season.
From ABC 7, thanks for your generosity and happy holidays.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you, weeknights at 5.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com. AND services.com.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
What makes America's #1 beach even better? How about seafood and music? Don't miss the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival happening Saturday and Sunday, December 3rd and 4th from 10 to 6 p.m. Savor mouth-watering Florida Gulf Coast seafood dishes by top restaurants and chefs while you enjoy great live music from some of Florida's top musical groups. So grab your family and friends at the Siesta Beach Seafood and Music Festival December 3rd and 4th. For more information, visit seafoodfestivals.com.
Air temperature held down just a little bit by the cloud cover, at least at the reporting station, 75 degrees. We have a dew point of 72. The west-southwest wind comes in at about 7, and we got some fog along the coastal regions from about central Sarasota up through the mouth of Tampa Bay, rather. 82 in Bradenton Parish, Myakka, Wauchula, Arcadia, Northport, Punta Gorda at 81. We're away from the coast a little bit. The temperatures are significantly warmer. Closer to the coastline, We're in the mid-70s in some locations, 73 Longboat Key, 78 in Venice, 77 in Inglewood, 75 in Sarasota. We have underneath some of this cloud cover a little bit of light drizzle in places, a little bit of light showery activity we have seen today, mostly in the Big Bend area of Florida. But I think as we head into the afternoon, we have a little bit better chance of seeing that around here. We've got some showers coming up from the south. We've got some showers that have to progress down from the north. So about a 20% chance of seeing some of those showers through the area. None of them really heavy, but they will be around. High pressure will be the dominant weather feature for much of the country today, providing some pretty decent weather over most locations. We do have some lake effect snows ongoing in some locations of the Great Lakes, but low pressure exiting off the New England coast is taking the inclement weather with it. There were some big showers around, yes, cold showers around New York City and up through Boston. Snow showers north of down East Maine, and then this frontal boundary switching our wind directions out of the northwest will usher in some less humid air for us. We have been enjoying, I guess, some high humidity air for several days now, and we'll get a little break from that for a couple of days. Friday, Saturday, part of Sunday will feature some lower humidity weather. The frontal boundary itself, stuck down to the north, has attached to it another front, a warm front, part of a system that will eventually develop back in Texas, a low pressure area. It will lift northward, eventually pull the warm front through the state of Florida, and that'll happen on Sunday. Our temperatures will rise a little bit. Humidity will start to return, and we'll set the stage for a couple of showers on Monday and Tuesday. But for today, more clouds around, slight rain chances, and then tomorrow, drier with more sunshine. You can see the RPM computer model showing how little really the rain chance is for us. But tomorrow, a lot more sunshine around, a much more pleasant day tomorrow, and then maybe some cloud cover coming at us on Sunday. So I've had some people ask me, well, what's the winter going to be like? Well, the long-range computer models are out for December, and the forecasts are that we will be warmer than average due to La Nina. La Nina's influence on our jet stream is going to keep most of the cold air locked to the north, and so consequently areas down to the south, in particular parts of the Four Corners and the Florida Peninsula, will stay warmer than average. That said, looking at long-range computer models, there is one storm system that looks like the week before Christmas will be getting close enough to us to usher in some pretty cool temperatures. First blast of really cool air. And in fact, I think it could produce a major snowstorm for the Northeast. That's about 2 weeks away, but we'll watch it. Northwest wind coming in at about 10 knots, becomes a little breezy during the evening hours, and the forecast calls for temperatures after today to be in the 70s for the most part, a little warmer on Sunday, and the next rain chance comes next work week. Back to you, Don.
Thank you, John. The first weekend in December is almost here, tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. The holiday cheer is just getting started. If you're looking for a place to get a little jolly, ABC7's Linda Carson has some ideas in the spotlight.
Get up, sweetie, take the child and his mother. Stay there till I tell you to return.
The cast is as awed by the Black Nativity as the audience.
It enlightens you and gives you a little musical view into the birth of Jesus and his role that he would play in this world.
Alyssa White has been in 7 productions of the Black Nativity, but it never ceases to inspire her.
It's serene and it's very peaceful because I believe that it's the greatest story ever told.
The 21-member cast will awaken your Christmas spirit.
Love is in the air. November, December tends to be the season where no matter what you're going through, because you know Christmas is right around the corner, it's all about love.
The Black Nativity was written by Langston Hughes. He gave creative license, allowing theatrical companies to put their own spin on the play.
One of the things that's so amazing about it is that you know the story, where they will end up, but you don't necessarily know how they're going to get there in regards to the art.
And that art includes extraordinary dancers and familiar carols.
There's a star in the east on Christmas morning. Rise up, shepherd, and follow.
Go Tell It on the Mountain. I think that's one of the crowd's favorites. Also, O Come, All Ye Faithful. That's a very, and Joy to the World.
and some original songs by Nate Jacobs. Tara Connor Jones once again plays the Archangel Gabriel.
One of the things about Tara is that her energy is so magnetic, so angelic, and at the same time, she's so humble. And I think that's one of the perfect things when you can think about an angel.
Black Nativity will give you an infusion of Christmas spirit.
If you're feeling bogged down or you're feeling some weights on your shoulders, come in, sit back, relax, enjoy a good time, see the smiles, get engaged, and clap your hands with us, sing along with us, because that's what we love.
The Black Nativity is in previews right now at the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, and it opens officially on Saturday. It runs through December 23rd, and it is the hottest ticket in town. So if you want to see this show, you'd better get your tickets now. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And from one big event to another, you can start reserving your fund for the Florida State Fair. Tickets for the fair went on sale at midnight. A few of the advanced ticket prices are listed on the screen right there, you see, and along with tasty fair food, rides, and animal exhibits, there will also be live performances and even Valentine's Day concert. The fair kicks off February 9th and runs through the 20th at the fairgrounds in Tampa. Coming up, the big tree is finally lit in the Big Apple. A look at New York City's Christmas tradition at the Rockefeller Center. That's coming up.
What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award, 888-747-5291.
Holiday scratch-offs are here, and oh, they make great surprises. Imagine the joy they will bring. With over $126 million in prizes, use them for a wreath or a place card for your feast. Attach them, scratch them, and let the magic happen. Holiday scratch-offs. The Florida Lottery has them. Just imagine.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Welcome back. It's probably one of the world's most recognized events. Christmas is right around the corner.
Let Christmas shine every December.
The annual lighting of the Christmas tree taking place in Rockefeller Center last night in the Big Apple with the Rockettes right there. John recognized them. It was raining a little outside. It didn't stop thousands of people coming out to see the mayor flip the switch on the 50,000 lights that adorn the 94-foot tall spruce Christmas tree, and that was the 84th year of the annual ceremony. It never really does get old, John.
Oh, it's great. It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful night. It's
I
a
worked
great
in
time
that
with
building
the
for a couple
Rockettes.
years.
I remember. I saw
Gorgeous.
the Littlest Prince. They're Little Prince.
Oh, really?
Kid
The
in
Little Prince?
Rockefeller Center.
Yeah.
Still the circus there, but I never saw the tree lighting. I saw the tree lit, but never.
No, I never saw the
originally
lighting either. Too many people. It's too crowded. I watched it on TV.
All right. Well, more news coming up at 5 o'clock. We'll have an update on the child abuse story as well, which is a really, really devastating story you want to hear. But coming up at 5 and 6. Have a great day and a great afternoon, everybody.
Every week on Animal Outtakes, it's a new adventure. From meeting curious lemurs to feeding big cats and hosing down rhinos, there's never a dull moment. And sometimes these amazing animals chime in. Tune in to Animal Outtakes to find out what they have to say. Watch Animal Outtakes every week on ABC 7.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
The cat's out of the bag. There's millions of these out there, and what are you going to do? You can't take them away from kids.
The FAA is cracking down on drones. New regulations are restricting commercial use, but with the devices becoming more common, how challenging will it be to enforce the rules? I'm Alan Cohn. Find out what you need to know before you go flying.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Sarasota Police Chief DePino talks Grinches who steal gifts. Plus, our guide dog gets his service coat and a savory palette in the kitchen.
Today at 4 on Suncoast View.